a dream rules. This is someone else, I'm not myself, no, no.
Okay, now we are ready. All right, hello y'all. It's about time for me to do a little bit of flower arranging, so of course I turned on the camera. Did a little something just to get myself together really quickly. I should have thought to make this noise first. All right, now we're done with all that noise. But as you can see, I picked up these lovely bright yellow flowers. They're not usually so bright. These are actually more like the color of daffodils. Just to give you an idea in case the brightness doesn't come across camera. And I love that. Saving these rubber bands again, and I sure use them. But anyway, I thought I would turn on my camera and just have a little quick conversation with y'all. Which I'm realizing y'all don't like my shorter conversations, but do forgive me because life's been kind of busy right now. And so honestly, for me to sit down and edit, say a 1 hour long vlog, that's about a good height, don't you think? It takes me several hours. And so it's a little bit easier for me to just kind of do it. Ooh, isn't that pretty? It's a little easier for me to do it bit by bit. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. But hopefully, you know what? If you like a longer conversation, y'all can just binge me out. I'm sure at the end of my videos, there's always something about another video and all of that that's going on. But anyway, speaking of what's going on, not a whole lot going on with me. Like I said, just doing these flowers and wanting to chat with my friends. So here we is. Earlier today, I did go, Earlier today, I went and visited my mother. Nothing wrong with that. Don't let my eye rolling fool you. But my daughter and I go today. First of all, before we could even get in the door, one of the employees was there to greet us to tell us that, you know, she was having a not so great day. And I'm kind of on the fence about that. Like, I appreciate you keeping me up to date. I don't want to walk in and be ambushed by something absolutely crazy. But the thing that she described is something that they're already taking care of. There's nothing I can really do about it in this moment, and it just didn't add to life. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't add to our visit at all. And when I say she was ready to tell us, my daughter saw her and she was like, oh, look at so-and-so. She's out to enjoy a little bit of fresh air. But I could tell she wasn't, because she's just kind of waiting with this frozen smile, looking right at us. If you're enjoying fresh air, you're just kind of like looking out. Not to mention, it was hot as Hades. So no, she wasn't out enjoying fresh air. She was waiting on us. And like I said, the message she gave us just wasn't helpful. Like, I want updates of things that I can do. Oh, you know, she was agitated, and so we played so-and-so song. I think that's one of her new favorites now. That would be helpful. You know what I mean? Or, we found out today that she didn't like ABC. So is there a way for you to provide, you know, XYZ? That would be helpful. But just to come out and say, oh yeah, she's having a rough day and we had to do some things to fix that, or not helpful. Not at all, even sort of kind of helpful. But anyway, that happened today. And then get this, so I told you it was hot. I go there and I had a popsicle. You know, I don't know how to have nothing and keep it to myself. But I was at Aldi. I'm looking at it now so I can speak intelligently. But I got these strawberry popsicles at Aldi, and it says it's got 80 calories each. These are actually pretty darn good. It's got bits of strawberry and all that in it. If they had other flavors, I don't know it, but those were good. So anyway, I'm there, and my mother was in what I'm gonna just call the common area, kind of where they play bingo. In fact, we were there while she played bingo. But it's where they play bingo and do all of that stuff. 9 times out of 10, you really don't see men in the area too much. And we'll talk a little bit about that either later or at another time, because the whole men, and I might as well get into it now. Men at nursing home thing is really strange. Like I've alluded to it before, but you want to talk about some people that just never get visited. Not, like even when Father's Day went by, it's not crowded. Like it's just, they don't really support each other. Like you see the women come together to, these smell so good, y'all. I just stopped to sniff, that was weird. But you'll see the women come together, they support each other, talk with each other. And you do not see that amongst the men. If two men are in the same room, one might be here, the other one, and like it's really different. And it's odd because like now there's all this talk about a manosphere, right? Where these men are advising each other, giving each other some really bad advice, if you ask my opinion. Like the red pill content is very much real. But anyway, you'll see them talking now, giving each other such bad advice. I kind of wonder what happens to the friendship later in life, like as they get older. Why do they not bond kind of like the women do? I have a good idea as to why they're not visited, and I just feel like maybe they didn't do the things that they should have done with their families. Maybe they weren't the fathers they should have been to their children, things like that, because you don't see that for the mothers. And I've shared the hard truth of my mom. You know, she might not have done the best she could have, would have, should have, but she did for me. And so at the end of the day, I don't know what that is. That looks weird, y'all. I cannot just touch that with my bare hand. I cannot. I have never seen this before. What that is? I'm sorry, what? Rather than mess up all the focus of the camera, is it dirt? I do not know. Let me just record this so I can show y'all. And when I gotta record it, I almost want to scream. I almost do. Like, what the heck is this? Are y'all seeing that well? I don't know. All I know is I ain't touching that with my bare hand. That's the truth. But anyway. Oh, my skin is crawling. I do not know what that is. Oh, Father. Oh my gosh, I cannot. So sorry, I gotta put this all the way in the trash, in the garage. I cannot understand it. And now, back to our regularly scheduled program. I'm sorry, I do not do bugs and stuff like that very well at all. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that I just don't see a lot of men there. And honestly, I was about ready to make it one less man today, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep giving this man the benefit of doubt. Got me nervously looking now, baby. Those are interesting. I don't think I've ever seen, I don't know if that's gonna come up or not. Should I put it under the light? But I've never seen red leaves on my roses before. This whole couple of dozen is just new to me, but okay, that's actually kind of pretty. Let's take a picture of that too, because why not? Huh. Anyway, okay. Focus, Kymberly. But while we're there, I see the man, I see him, see us. My daughter is standing to my left, the man is kind of to my right. My mother's in front of us, sitting at the table. You know, like I said, they're getting ready to play bingo and stuff. And I'm just finishing up my little popsicle. And I look over at the man and, you know, a lot of times older people kind of move their mouths a little bit. You know, I don't know if it's their dentures are uncomfortable. You know, I just don't know. I try to give grace, whatever. So I see him kind of moving his mouth, and I look at him, I nod, you know, I give him a little speak, and he peps up and moves his mouth a little bit faster. But hold on. Next, I see his eyes kind of go up and down and back up to me, and then he raises his eyebrows. Now, I noticed, I'm knowing this man cannot possibly be flirting. Like when I say an older man, I don't mean 60, 70. I mean, this man took woodshop with Methuselah. You know what I mean? Like much, and too old for that. I mean, really, I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, sir, respectfully, if I put it in your lap, you wouldn't know what to do with it. So what is this? What is this look about? I do not know. But I just finally broke down and said, you're staring. Like, do you not know? Do you think that man stopped? The only reason I didn't see him staring at me no more is because I looked away. That man just, If he was a young dirty bastard back in the day, I see why he alone now, because he ain't had no act right in him. I don't like that. Because you try to be respectful of your way very much elders, but what is this, 3, 6, 9, 11? Oh, I'm holding 12. We'll put 12 in there anyway and do the other dozen on the other one. But anyway, I'm looking at that, and he got me to thinking, like I said earlier, men that approach me typically are in their 30s. And I feel like that's because the 30-something men want to get up, they want to get out, they want to enjoy a woman's company, the ones who haven't been sucked in by that red pill content anyway. Y'all, I saw a clip of a video where a man and a woman went on a date, and I guess they're getting ready to part ways at the date. He was like, okay, so your total comes to X dollars. And she was like, what? You asked me out, which I agreed with. And he was like, yeah, I asked you out. And you came to eat with me. I asked you for your company, but that didn't mean I was going to pay for it. Then he hit her up with some logic saying when you come to a restaurant, they welcome you in or whatever he said. You sit at the restaurant, you don't expect to eat for free, do you? I thought, man, what in the red pill is really going on? Thankfully, knock wood again, but thankfully I have not met that kind of man even in his 30s. Like, wow, that's different. But anywho, as I was saying, it seems like men who approach me are typically in their 30s because those are the ones that want to do something. Other men, I've met them in casual settings. I've met them, like at a friend's party or a get together or something, and we might be talking and they're like, yeah, so what do you like to do? I start telling them some of the things I like to do. And of course, to me, the natural thing is to ask back, what do you like to do? And they're like, oh, I've already done that type of thing. Like whatever I name, I could say, I like twirling my bras on my pinky finger. And they say, I've already done that type of thing. Now I'm looking for somebody to kind of chill with, to kick back with, and things like that. And so this last time when I actually heard it, I was kind of like, oh, okay, you sound like you're kind of marriage-minded. Is that what you're thinking? And he was like, yeah, I'm ready to settle down and, just chill. So do nothing? I was like, oh, okay, but do I reveal that? That's what I'm thinking, no. But I mean, I guess I'm not at a do nothing phase yet. I'm not, like, if you've seen my channel a little bit, I want to go roller skating. I like to get up and get out, go walking and things like that. And I promise every time I say anything I like to do, I've already done that. Back in the day, I used to go to the skating rink all the time, but nah, I ain't into that no more. And I'm not even saying go to the skating rink. Can we go skating around the park? Can we do something other than just sit down at a cigar bar? Like, come on, buddy, do something. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. And I feel like too, this thing, I've heard it, I kind of ignored it. But as I look at these men in these nursing homes, the ones who are there, they're in a wheelchair. Their bodies are, like you can just tell they're doing really bad. That's not to say some of the women aren't on walkers. Like you'll see the women on walkers, more so I think for balance, but you don't see them heavily leaning on it. The men, I mean, you literally see them struggling. The women are on their walkers again, they're pushing through. Have I seen a woman or two in a wheelchair? I have. But by and large, honestly, if I'm talking about who is at a really bad state of health, it'd be the men. And now that I think about it, I'm almost wondering, did that man really go to high school with Methuselah, or did he just look like that? I don't I don't really know. I don't know. But yeah, for the most part, those men look, no offense, but they be looking toe up from the flow up. They look pretty bad off. And so as I even start thinking about dating men my age, and like I'm gonna tell you this too, we were at that party and excessive drinking was going on mostly with the men. And I feel like that kind of leads to the deterioration of your body. Y'all know me, I love a good glass of wine as much as the next person, might even have a couple margaritas, like my strawberry margaritas. I like all that. But all that falling down sloppy, my liver is begging me to stop drunk. No, that's just not my thing. So it's giving that nurse in a purse thing. Is that a real thing? Like, I'm at a point, honestly, if I do find someone my age today, not say fine, but I ain't gonna hold you, y'all. I'm not looking. Especially with what I see is actually out there. But if I come across someone my age today, we're gonna do a full exam. Like, I'm gonna wanna know all your levels. What's that, A1C? I don't even exactly know what that is. But we checking A1C, blood pressure, low pressure, high pressure, we're doing everything. The least of my concerns, because some of the people will be talking about in the PP don't work unless they take the little blue friend. That's the least of my concerns. What I wanna know is, while I'm trying to get by on my walker, are you somebody who needs me to push you in the wheelchair? Are you someone who's done all your running around and now you're at that door of the next phase where you're about to go into this nursing home, you're about to be that man who isn't visited. Oh, but wait a minute, let me settle down first and get a wife? Like, is that what you're doing? No, I really want to know. Is that why you're talking about, well, I already did all that stuff because you can't really skate anymore? You can't really go bike riding? Like, one of the simple things I want to do too is, I've never been on those electric bikes. Now, I did have a company reach out to me and offer one, but that was a while ago. I should have taken them up on that offer now that I think about it. But that's the thing I kind of wonder. I mean, that's the thing I would be interested in. I want to go ride electric bikes. We've got the trolley cars here in Kansas City. Never been on one. Have yet to be. And I need to do more stuff like that. Like, I really need to focus on being a tourist in my own city. But yeah, that's a concern for me. If I get ready to date an older guy, baby, we're getting all the tests, the physical exams, and I'll be happy to submit mine too. If something's wrong with me, I want to know. I want to find out and get myself taken care of. But why does this one? Oh, because the vases are built a little different. Yeah, I like the way it turned out in this one better than this. You see how that's just too spread out? This is the one where I usually put the 2 dozens in together. So what are we gonna do to fix that? I should just cut them shorter. I'm gonna just cut it shorter and then let it be just over the top. So what are we thinking? This length? Ooh, that's like just right in there, isn't it? I think I kind of like that though. Y'all see it? But yeah, that old man in the nursing home, that kind of business that's just for me. That's not the business. That's not attractive. I don't really understand that. Then I'm talking too about the younger men. So I had a video a while ago. I want to say it's the one where I was in the bathtub or something. But anyway, I'll try to link it just in case. Because like I said, since y'all don't like my short videos, can you binge me out, help me out? By the way, I always forget to say this. I'm so proud of me. Please remember to hit the like, share, and subscribe button if you have not already subscribed. All right, that commercial aside. So I was in the tub one night talking to y'all. It was right after I just started going back to my boxing and all that stuff workout. And I was talking to you about this app called the T app. And that was an app, just to brief you on it if you don't remember, it's an app for women who say, hey, I dated a guy, John Smith. John Smith really was in it to have access to my child, or John Smith was physically, verbally, whatever kind of abusive, right? So it was that kind of app for women to help women. You have to apply and all of that. I probably need to be thinking about that app a little more seriously instead of just talking about it. But anyway, there were some men who came up, and I believe it was called the T-Born app. T-Born app kind of sounds right. I could be wrong, forgive me. And so this app, here's the thing, and I'm so confused. You hear about men saying, oh my gosh, women are complaining about us, but what about them? They're gold diggers. What about them? They are cheaters. What about them? They are, and they're doing the what about thems and saying that we do often the things that we accuse them of. Okay, cool. So why, I'm wondering, did they get this T-Born app or whatever it's really called? How did I cut these different links? Y'all saw me line them up and somehow I still missed. But anyway, they have this opportunity to share the knowledge amongst each other, much the way the T app shared with women. So why do they use it to share nudes of women? Like that app opened up and within 24 hours, they had to shut that app back down because it just ended up being a website basically for men to get revenge on women that had broken up with them, they were no longer with, and all those things. I'm like, how absolutely insane. I don't understand that. But you know what it told me? It told me, and I hope it told other men, that hey, those men who are saying women do the same thing and women are mean, and it should have told them that this must not be true, because when they had a chance, and I'm not saying it's true for all, but when they had a chance to help each other, instead of focusing their effort and energy on doing that kind of help, they focused it on bringing women down with nudes. Like, that is just terrible. Thankfully, I'm not a person who's been into that. If you have, that's you. And I certainly don't judge, but be careful, because, man, once it's over, ain't no telling what these men will do with those. That was just terrible. But yeah, I guess I hope the men who did that were just young men. Oh, doesn't that look so much better, and it looks fuller too. This is cute. I think I'm gonna put the taller one in the kitchen and this shorter one. This might be my new way of doing it all the time now. A short one here, a tall one there. I don't mind a little bit of difference in size, but I don't know how I had those so off. There we go, stand that one up a little more. And these are so fragrant, it's crazy. Yeah, I like both of these now. And I still don't do the baby's breaths, because I swear, it could be my imagination, y'all tell me, but I swear the longevity of the roses is shortened every time I put baby's breaths in. That went pretty far. Anywho. Oh yeah, I love to have a little flower time. Let me pick that up. But yeah, the last time I was even talking about dating, I talked about the white guy that I actually met at Costco. Really seemed like a nice enough fella. So just to give you an update, I have not used his number. I know, some of you are like, you never know if he's your cup of tea until you take a sip, give it a try, blah, blah, blah. But it's just so different for me. It's so different. Like I said, I've dated a Hispanic guy. I've dated outside of my race, but I've never dated an all-out white guy before like that. It's just very, very different. These times are just so different for doing something like that too. I mean, like with all that's going on in DC and all that stuff, you just don't know what that orange fella's gonna be up to. And I just don't know that I can hold my tongue on certain things like that. Now, to be clear, I say that, but I'm not a person who pops out racial slurs or anything like that at all. But I do have my moments where I definitely say that would have never happened if, that was a white person, or if that was a black person, and you can't tell me I ain't right about it. So I think if someone were to debate that with me, it would become an issue or something. I don't know. And I got a lot of opinions. Y'all know that. I don't know that I can hold any of them back. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna want to let it fly. But anyway, y'all see we're way off subject. But y'all see where they up the ante? What do you call that? Is it a bounty on somebody's head? Y'all see where they up the ante on Trump from whatever it was to another $40 or so million? Because I feel like maybe it was 20 million before, and now it's $40 million. Like, I say this, I firmly and totally disagree with much of what he's doing, much of what he's done. I was not the most hurt person when someone allegedly, supposedly, I don't know how that all turned out because I didn't stay focused, but made an attempt to assassinate or kill him before. I wasn't someone who was sliding down the wall about that. You know what I mean? But I cannot wish that on someone. I really can't. Now, that being said, $40 million is a lot. I could do a lot of things for $40 million. I don't know. What did Biggie say? For that kind of money, I'd be waiting in the bushes to. I don't know. Let me just say this. That's a lot of money. That's some life-changing money right there. But anyway, I don't know what else I was talking about. Probably a whole bunch of nothing. I just wanted to put my little flowers together. I thought of some things that I was going to talk about, and then I tell you, brain fog is real. I talked about Methuselah's classmate. Oh man, that was crazy. The T-born out. I probably had some other things I wanted to talk about. I'm just remembering what I talked about, and guess what? Those were not the things I turned on the camera thinking I would talk about, but whatever I thought I was going to talk about, I don't remember it. So I guess we're going to have to talk another time. And until then, y'all, we'll talk later. These are the ones I'm going to put in my bedroom. Let me grab a paper towel to get some of the condensation out. And then I'm trying to start back at my old habit, which is putting things down. Don't put things down, Kymberly, put these away. But with all that said, I'm going to talk to y'all later. Y'all take care, stay blessed, and keep it classy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that.
These a dream.
Oops. Why do I never remember to put my lips together before I turn on the camera? There we go. Now we ready. As soon as I get a pair of scissors, I'm done.
This is someone else, I'm not myself, no.